Hi, hello, good morning. How are you? I'm good. I'm just tired. I'm tired. And I want to stay in bed, but I have things to do. And also, sometimes, when you stay in bed too long, then you start to not feel good. No, you like to stay in bed all day? Okay, no, I hear you. And that's legit. Anyways, let's get ready. Let's get ready for the day. All the products that I use are linked, so if I forget to tell you what I'm using, you can just click my LTK link. LTK, like to know. If you'd like to know, click it. It's all there. Can we take a moment for these pajamas? Print fresh. Friends, they're pricey, okay? So don't freak out. They're pricey, but they're amazing. I'm in my pajama era, and I've been 100%, has to be 100% cotton. I was wearing pajamas from Nordstrom that I loved. This one, I think it was even just the Nordstrom brand. Loved them. But, at this age, sometimes I'd wake up kind of hot at night, and the pajamas are very thin. They're like, oh, they're, breathable, and that's what they're telling me. But, it's funny. When I switched to 100% cotton, I didn't sweat at night anymore. No. Now, I can't sleep in this big old thing, this shirt, because it gets all wrapped around me. But I wear a tank top and I wear the pants. And then when I get up in the morning, instead of the robe, then I put this on. And I feel cute. Okay. All right. So it was an eye mask morning. Probably should do a little gua sha, but I'm not gonna. Okay. And today is just, every day. Who am I kidding? Every day is just easy breezy. Now, y'all know I always say start with your skin prep. You got to have some kind of moisturizer underneath. And if you're like, well, Sherry, I did moisturizer this morning, but if it's been a little bit, if it's been a minute, put a little bit of something else on, okay? A hydrating toner, a moisturizer, something. Now, I just did my skincare and then came in here. So I'm going to go right into it, and I'm going to start. Oh, I always preach about this, don't I? And yet, here's me not putting on my sunscreen. Listen, we spend all of this money on serums and anti-aging and all of that. And the number one thing too much. Okay, calm down, Sharon. Calm down. Too much. The number one thing you can do to keep your skin from aging quicker. I'm going to bring that down. Also because we need coverage, but also because I used enough for 3 people. But sunscreen. And I'll say it, I hate sunscreen. Normal sunscreens, I can't stand them. But there is a new breed out there of mineral, so no chemicals, mineral sunscreen. You don't need to use as much as I just did. This one has a tint to it. So some days I just wear this by itself. Okay, that's a lot. Kosas, and it's the one with the gold top that has the tint. And then the one with the peachy top has no tint. Well, a little tint, but it's not going to color your skin. Okay, let that dry down for a second. Now, this is how you pivot. Because I put on more than the law should allow, I already feel like I got so much on my skin. I'm not going to go with what I was going to do. I was going to do the Say like a glowy thing. Not gonna do it. Okay, this is drying down very nicely though. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, okay. Crisis averted. All right. You're gonna see a lot of that kind of stuff on here because if you don't know me, hi, I'm Sherry. I have worked in cosmetics. Let's see. My first job was in 1987. I think it was the beginning of 1988. And it was my first year out of high school. And I worked at a department store in the dress department. And boy, did I hate it. Oh, if you've ever had to clean out fitting rooms or help people try on clothes, back in the 80s, we were very involved. I don't think people are as involved anymore, but Lord, we were involved. I mean, people were like wanting me in the fitting room to help them with their clothes, to get them all situated. They're asking me, do I look fat in this? Oh, what am I supposed to do? Okay. And I was 18, all right? I hated it. And I was like, that's it, I'm quitting. And my dad said, no. Only man that ever said no. No, a lot of them said no to me. The only one I ever listened to. Anyway, so he said, you have to be there. You have to give it 6 months. It was the longest 6 months of my life. And I thought to myself, okay. He said I got to stay at the department store. He didn't say what department I had to work in. And I had met a girl that worked in the cosmetics department. And she's like, oh my gosh, Clinique has an opening. You should apply for it. And I was like, I literally said to her, I do not want to work with those stuck up ladies in that department. Because back then, it was a full-time job for those women. For most, everybody in the cosmetics department, it was a full-time job. Most of them were over 40 and had been there, 20 years. It was their full-time job. It was going to be their retirement, all of that. And here's me, 18 years old. And there were 40 women in that department and everybody worked on commission. Oh, you want to talk about a lion's den? Let me tell you something. So I apply for the job. And I remember at the time I had acrylic nails. And my nails, instead of the white tip, French tip, they were pink. And I remember the lady that interviewed me, the Clinique manager, I don't know if she's a corporate person or if I think she was a corporate person. Oh, she was snooty patooty. And she says to me, first of all, she says, so what is your skincare regimen? What? I'm 18. I said, I use Pond's cold cream. Yes, to remove your makeup. And then what do you use to clean your skin? And I'm thinking she's got a hearing problem. Pond's cold cream. My grandma used it. My mama used it. This is what I'm using. Put it on. She asked me a third time. I go, I put it on my face. I get a wet washcloth. I wipe it off. And I rinse my face. And I go to bed. Well, then she says, oh, those, can I see your nails? I show her my nails. She goes, oh, those are cute, but it's not Clinique. Me. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, somehow I got the job. So I was in college. This was my part-time job. So this was my part-time job using this is called Chili. It is so, look at that. And you're going to think it's dark, but watch. Say products are all very sheer, so I love them. It's just beautiful. Okay, so anywho, I got the job and I loved the job, and I was in college and I worked about 20 hours a week. And I learned so much. Although I will tell you, in my first 2 weeks there, the manager came to me at the end of my first 2 weeks, and she says to me that I was about to get fired. What? She said, because my sales were so low. I need to be helping more customers. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I am, as my grandma used to say, I'm busier than a one-arm wallpaper hanger. I am busy. She's like, well, your sales aren't showing it. And I said, well, because all of these women have been here for so long that they've got, established customers that are coming in because, so here's what, that's my dog. Bella, don't throw up. Here's what had happened is these women were taking advantage of me. And if they had a customer who came up to them and said, oh, where's the Clinique counter? They would say, oh, it's over here. Let me show you. Mario. Sandstone. Nikki LaRose. N16. They'd say, oh, let me show you. And they would take her over and say, oh, hi, Sherry. My customer needs a few things. Okay, that's not how you're supposed to do it. That's not how you're supposed to do it. If a fragrance lady is helping someone with fragrance, and then that fragrance lady or fragrance customer says, oh, you know what? I need to get a couple things from Clinique. Okay. But if the bigger volume purchase is Clinique, then the Clinique person should get it. Anyways, it's just this whole like shark infested situation. So at 18 years old, I had to grow a pair, and I had to really stand up for myself. And I did. And I ruffled some feathers. We all became friends in the end. You know, that's kind of how it is with bullies. They seem really mean, but really they're just weak, scared little people. Anyway, so that was that. And then over the course of my college career, hold on, I got like a little, it's like a little fuzzy there. Over the course of Patrick Ta, the light, so good. I worked for Clinique, and then I ended up working for Estee Lauder, and then I worked. This is over the course of, many years. I was in college for a long time. I was in college, and then I worked a little after, still in the cosmetics department, but I also worked for Elizabeth Arden, and I got to give a shout out to Elizabeth Arden. Of all of the brands that I've ever worked for, they treated their people just next level. It was amazing. Even little part-timers like me. Can we just knock it off? Can we calm down? She's snoring. Apparently she can't stop. So, anyway, so I did that in the department store, and then I left cosmetics for a time, and I was a store manager for Eddie Bauer, actually. And then I decided retail was not what was lighting my soul on fire. Imagine that. Did I get some on me? Okay. You know what? I just feel like that's a peaceful eye. I was going to add a little bit of the Half Magic Glitter Puck in Dopamine Sparkle. Is this Dopamine? No, this is not Dopamine Sparkle. It is Glimmer Pop. Look at that. Just looks, okay, I am going to add a little bit of that because it's just way too pretty. And I'm just going to do it right in the middle. Right in the middle. My chipped nail. I do my nails today. I love this color though. It's Bubble Bunny. It's the new one, OPI. They took Bubble Bath and Honey Bath. No, what's the bunny one? People were combining it on their own, and OPI was like, oh, hey, we can make it all in one bottle. Isn't that cool? Okay, Let me just blend that out a little. Bella, are you sleepy? There we go. Voila, friends. Voila. Here I was already feeling sleepy, and now I got this dog snoring. It's making me feel even sleepier. So anyways, I decided retail wasn't for me, and I went to massage therapy school. And I became a massage therapist. And as I was trying to build my clientele, I know, am I boring you? As I was trying to build my clientele, I went back as a freelance makeup artist. In fact, let's use Lancome de Finicils. I have a little sample here. This used to be my favorite. So I became a freelance makeup artist for them. So I was doing that while I was building my massage clientele. And then once I got my massage clientele filled, my books are all filled up, then I left that job. And I thought that I would never work in cosmetics again. It's not that I didn't love cosmetics. If you've ever worked with the public, did I get some of the, okay, I can't tell if that's a shadow on my eye or if I got mascara on my lid. Anyway, if you've ever worked with the public, you know. It's not always fun. So, lo and behold, cut to, so I was a massage therapist for like 11 years. Got married, got pregnant, and did massage right up until I had my daughter. She just turned 20. What? Okay. And so, yeah, then I was a stay-at-home mom. Had 2 kids. Wanted to be here for them, but it was, being a stay-at-home mom is a challenge. I was blessed to be able to be home. But also I felt like my brain was just frying, just from boredom. And I just needed mental stimulation, I don't know. And then a friend of mine was selling this mascara online. And I didn't buy it for several months. And then finally I was like, okay, well, I didn't want her to think that I didn't support her, because I did, but I just was like, it's not sold at Nordstrom or Sephora. Like, do I really want it? I know. I was a makeup snob. So I'm gonna I did get some on my lid. All right, let's do some lippy and then I'll clean that up. So, long story short, I joined, built a massive business, changed my entire life, changed my family's life. So excited. It was just the perfect thing for me at the perfect time. And I got to return to my love of makeup. So now I am able to talk about, because, with apps like LTK and just all kinds of affiliate programs, I'm able to work from home and talk about what I love. And if you love it and you want to check it out, like and follow. And if you don't have to. Isn't that the beautiful thing about the world? You know what I love right now? Where is it? So that was Makeup Forever. And I love the Bare Glow. This is the little mini that I got at Christmas, because it's like a set. Makeup by Mario. Is that not just so beautiful? Oh my goodness. I love it. That's the Bare Glow. Anyways, friends, thanks for story time. Thanks for hanging out with story time with me. That's my story. A lot of you knew that already. Some of you didn't, because I got some new followers. So hello, and welcome. And I am going to be making all kinds of content for Gen X women. I'm 56 and I try the products. My handle on LTK is Sherry Shops, because Sherry Shops. And I try it, I buy it, I try it, and then I let you know what I think. These were some of my favorites that I used today. I have a lot of favorites. I have a lot that don't work for mature skin. So I'm only going to show you the ones that work. But yeah, so follow me for more content. Love you. Bye.